All right, well, as I discovered, the phone rang and that stopped everything, so I'm continuing. This is a continuation. I'm still in chapter 3 at the very end of the vocabulary. All right, so we had just done enabled, and I got cut off, so here we go. Enabled means you allow something to be done, you help it to be done. And then lunged. Lunged is to like lean forward. You know how to do lunges, right? That's lunged. All right. The target word for chapter 3 is sturdy. Sturdy means strong, so the opposite could be weak. Let's go to chapter 4 vocabulary. Chapter 4 vocabulary, Derringer is a small handgun. Taxes, money you pay the government. Ask your parents about taxes. They'll tell you all about them. Ricocheting, this is where something ping, 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 ping bounces from one thing to another. And your vocabulary word was, your target word was legal. Legal means lawful, able to do within the law, and of course the opposite then would be illegal or against the law. And then there's city slicker, which will come in soon, but a city slicker is somebody who doesn't farm, not a farmer, not a country person, but somebody who dresses like they work in the city. All right, let's do quiz time 3 and 4. Chapter 3, question 2, what is grandfather's advice about asking questions? His advice is, if you have a question that people can't answer, you've got a good question, so keep asking until you get an answer. Question 3 has 2 answers. How does little Willie get ready for winter? He chops wood and he goes to town and gets supplies. Question 4, why has grandfather put some money away in a savings account? This money is intended for little Willie's college fund. Question 5, after school, little Willie and Searchlight go into the town of Jackson to run errands. Tell about the race they run each day at 6. So when he comes back from town, they're basically racing against each other. And they take the same route every day, and they see how fast they can go and if they can increase their time. And this will be important later in the story. And question 6 is answered partly in chapter 3 and partly in chapter 4. So I'll go ahead and continue on into chapter 4 and give you the whole answer. Who is waiting for little Willie when he arrives home? Well, at first, in the end of chapter 3, you only know there's somebody on a horse that is standing there waiting. But we find out that it's Clifford Snyder, who is the tax man. And question 7, how does grandfather respond to the visitors? He doesn't. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't use any hand gestures. He just lays in the bed. Question 8, characterize Clifford Snyder in one well-written sentence. You should have something about how he's a tax man, a tax collector. He's not very nice. He's mean and grumpy towards grandfather and little Willie. And he's there to collect taxes, but he does it in a very unkind way. And question 9, what is the message that Clifford Snyder leaves with grandfather and little Willie? The message he leaves is that they owe taxes, and if they don't pay their taxes, they are going to lose the farm. The farm will be taken and sold to pay for the taxes. All right, not good news. Explains why grandfather's in bed and won't get up and has given up on life. Let's move on to the vocabulary words for chapter 5. Varied. Varied means there are differences. For example, if you had 10 balloons and they were all yellow, they're not varied at all. But if you have 10 different colors, then the balloons are varied. A classroom full of children is varied because each child is different. Samoyed. A Samoyed is a type of dog. And if you had more than that, if you went on to describe the dog, that's fine. And your target word clutching. Clutching is grabbing. So the opposite would be releasing. And that's vocabulary. All right, let's do the quiz time questions for chapter 5. Number 2, what is meant by the statement, where there's a will, there's a way? Well, this is one that often 5th graders ask for help on. So if you've asked for help already, that's great. If you've emailed me, I would have tried to give you help. But what it basically means is if you really want to do something, you will find a way to get it done. So if you have the will, the desire to get something, to do something or get something, you'll find a way to make it happen. 3, Mr. Foster at the bank advises Willie to sell the farm. Why do you think he gives that advice? Well, Mr. Foster is a very practical man, and he knows that they owe a lot of money. He doesn't think there's any way little Willie will be able to raise that money or find that money. And so instead of them getting thrown out with nowhere to live, he thinks little Willie should sell the farm so they can pay the taxes. Then they'd probably have some money left over to find somewhere to live. Question 4, tell about the idea Willie gets to make some money after he visits Lester's general store. Well, little Willie sees a poster advertising a dog sled race, and it's the amount of money they need to pay the taxes. So little Willie, knowing that he and Searchlight make a great team on the dog sled, that he's going to enter this race and try to win the money to pay the taxes, because little Willie loves the farm, he loves the country, he loves living there, he loves the land and his animals, and he doesn't want to leave. And of course he wants grandfather to get better also. And so this is all going through little Willie's mind as he sees the poster and decides that he's going to enter the race and win it to keep their farm. And that is the end of chapters 1 through 5. Bye.